Hey, what's going on, Global Studies class? It is Friday, February 5th, 2021. Hope you're having a great week so far. We are finally done with our debate number 1. Well done all around, guys. I'm going to explain what we do when we're done with the debate. But first off, as always, we're going to review last class, talk about what happened. We'll do our debate wrap-up, and then have a reflection day, which I'll get into. I'll hit you with your attendance and the assignment. And we'll get you out of here and on to the weekend. So, first things first, last class review. How about it? We finished our debate. I've already reached out to the winners to let them know that they received a little bit of extra credit. Great job, really all around. For those of you who were staying up with this, doing all the work that you were supposed to do, you did an incredible job. I can't tell you how happy I am with the work that you did because you were awesome. You did a great job. We did our final closing arguments last class. You sent them in. They were very well versed. They were very well written. You guys did a great job on those closing arguments. Now, I said that was the last thing we were going to do as far as debating, and that's true, but our debate topic isn't over yet. I didn't include this when I told you our schedule of how debates will go, but every single debate, no matter the topic, we're always going to close out and wrap it up with a reflection. And what do I mean by a reflection? I mean you are going to get to reflect back on everything that we covered on this debate topic. And what you're going to do is basically write your own personal reflection. And that's what I have on the board behind me here. It's a debate reflection. It'll be the last thing we do at the end of every debate. And it's actually pretty easy because it's all coming from you. Right here and right here. It's going to be 3 paragraphs. Now, I shouldn't need to tell you this, but just in case, a paragraph is a minimum of 5 sentences, 5 to 8 sentences in that range. You're going to have 3 of those puppies. The first paragraph is going to be talking about the debate, and you want to answer the question, how did it go? Now, that's a very broad question. So what do I mean by that? How do you think you did? This was our first debate. We didn't really get to debate and really talk and argue with each other, but we did it through, argumentative essays. So how do you think you did? How do you think your opponent did? Did they do well? When you saw their arguments, were you like, man, this person's been researching. They know what they're talking about. Or were you kind of like, I don't even know, what am I supposed to do with this? I've already won the debate. Look at that. They didn't do a good job on their opening argument. That's kind of what I'm going for here. So how do you think you did? How do you think your opponent did? And then finally, what could you and what could they have done better? Where do you feel like, maybe you didn't do a good job? Maybe you didn't research enough? Maybe you didn't create a strong enough argument? Maybe your rebuttal wasn't that good because you didn't really look at their argument. Tell me what you could have done better and what your opponent could have done better. That's first paragraph. Plenty of information to go in there. The second paragraph is, what did you learn? And I'm talking about from day 1 of this debate, when we started researching, when I just told you the topic. What have you learned since then? Anything that you've learned, you can put in there. If you've learned that there are some schools in Arizona that are already back distance learning, or not, are already back in-person learning and done distance learning, that'd be something. If you learned that most of the schools are, still doing distance learning, or if some schools are doing hybrids, a little bit of distance, a little bit of in-person, different days, anything you learned from that first day, you put in this second paragraph. So that's what we have here. Anything you didn't know before we started. Maybe your opponent said something and you were like, oh shoot, I didn't know that. You can put that in the second paragraph. Second paragraph is just anything you didn't know before we started. And then finally, the third paragraph, probably the most important. Hands down the most important. You're going to tell me what your own personal opinion is on this debate topic. How do you feel about it? Now, I gave you specific sides to argue, and that's always going to be the case. It's the only way this class works, is if I give you a specific side to argue, and I give somebody else the opposing side. It's the only way it's going to work. Does that mean that you are going to agree with what side I give you every time? No. Shoot. You may never get the side you actually agree with. You may always. It's just kind of luck of the draw. I can't read your minds. I don't know what side you want. I don't know what side you really believe in. So this is your chance. If you just argued this whole entire debate for something you don't really personally believe in, this third paragraph is where you get to tell me how you really feel. Maybe you've been arguing that schools should reopen this whole time, but in your heart and in your mind, you're like, nah, no, I don't want to go back because I'm either worried about getting sick, or it'd be weird halfway through the year, or I have a job now during the day and I'm doing school at night. I don't know, but it's your personal opinion on what you feel. This is, not that big of a topic where people are very upset about it, but later on in this class, we'll be having some debate topics that are very, very volatile, and people get very emotional about these. So it's your chance, like I said, to tell me how you really feel about the topic. Most important one, make sure that you put a lot of effort into this one. I'm very curious to see how you guys stand and how you feel about our debate topics throughout the year. And that is it. That is your reflection. 3 paragraphs. How did it go? What did you learn? And how do you really feel about it? Maybe you do agree with the side I gave you, and you can tell me all about that. But either way, make sure they are at least 5 sentences each. They are written out. Send that to me. That is your assignment for today. So today's assignment, and the assignment that we will always do at the end of a debate when we wrap it on up, is your debate reflection. Now, on a lighter note, that is your assignment. Your attendance question, I'm curious. It's what? February 5th. That means Sunday is the Super Bowl. Yeah, that has nothing to do with global studies. We got the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who do you think is going to win? That's your attendance question. I want you to tell me, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Pick one of those 2 teams. If you don't know or if you don't care, shoot, I guess you can tell me that too. I don't care who's going to win, Mr. Rep. I'm not even going to watch it. Or I don't watch football. I don't even know what words you just said. I'm going to not be paying attention. That's fine too. Just let me know that. All right, but I'm curious. Who do you think is going to win? Personally, I'm going with the Chiefs. Tom Brady's good, but that Patrick Mahomes quarterback, he's something else. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. You tell me who you think is going to win for your attendance question. Your assignment is to give me your 3-paragraph reflection by the end of the day. If you have any questions or need any help on it, I'm here. Just shoot me an email. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Take care.